Let me see how we sounding. Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. Whoever unsubscribed because I said I had technical difficulties, you a funny motherfucker. Don't subscribe back. All right, y'all funny as hell. Y'all be weird as fuck on the internet. But we're here, y'all. We're here. We didn't miss anything anyways, but let me know how the audio is sounding. Let me know how the audio is sounding. We're looking at a few potential setups right here. Let me go ahead and get these other charts loaded up. And then, yeah, but as y'all can see, my fucking internet is tripping right now. But we're here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this stuff up. And if I sound static, you let me know. But we got a few potential setups we're looking at. My Wi-Fi was working just fine. I don't know what the fuck going on, but we're gonna keep it pushing. But this is why we got phones as well, because my phone working completely fine, but the Wi-Fi and the streaming be tripping sometimes, but that's life. So we got a few sets we're looking at. I like GJ right now. We're looking to see if we can hold this level of support though. We're kind of just chilling right here. We haven't touched GJ in like 3 weeks. And if y'all go into the daily time frame, you can guess why we haven't touched GJ in like 3 weeks. But we're gonna see if that's gonna change today. We're gonna see if that's gonna change today. It did do a nice buy setup yesterday, I ain't gonna lie. But I said I wasn't gonna trade yesterday, so I simply didn't trade. I might have sent the link out for everybody else. Shout out to those that got those noties on. Because the only people in this live should have y'all's noties on. But yeah, my shit's fucked up. So let's just keep it on GJ for right now. My setup saying loading. Reload all this. Well, we haven't missed anything. As you can see, GJ has been chilling here for the past hour. So as far as GJ is concerned, we're looking for a BCR to see if we can maintain 214.45 as support. And if we can, we're going to be looking for buys going to 214.65. That's what we're looking at right here. We're looking at gold sales. Gold's been dumping all night. We missed a couple good entries, but that's part of the game. So we're just going to wait for the retracement or the BCR right here. Like always, make sure to like the live and subscribe if you have not already. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check it out after the live is over. But let me see if y'all saying I sound good. See anybody saying I sound bad? I sound good. I'm just gonna assume we sounding good. All right, let me send this link out for everybody else. Let me send this link out. Shout out to those that was in the TikTok live yesterday. We're about to see what this next. I gotta exit out all these tabs. I just restarted my computer, so all my shit loading back up. Let's delete all this shit. There we go. All right, so I can hold this level. So this is also another reason why we don't breakout trade, because if we would have broke out trade out the lens candle, we would have got wicked out right here. So again, you always want to wait for the BCR. Always, always, always. Always want to wait for the BCR. So y'all see how to be bullshitting. When I be telling y'all my Wi-Fi be tripping, y'all see this shit. Right now, my shit bugging the fuck out. So I guess the internet does not want me to look at NAS100 right now. All right, there we go. There we go. I got the charts up. We're gonna delete these other ones. I'm not looking at G right now. We're just looking at these three. We're just looking at these three right now, y'all. Those just joined the live. We have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. We have not entered anything yet. What's going on, Imperium? First one in here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Uncle? Bro, I'm always interested in those zones. What are they? Are you the person that comments? So sometimes I feel like y'all be trying to play with me, right? So let me explain why I say that. But first, let me confirm or deny if you're who I think you are. So let me see before I even get into that. Okay, so you left a comment on my YouTube video this earlier yesterday, and I responded to your comment. You didn't see my response to your comment? When y'all watch my trade breakdowns online, actually all my videos, when I'm saying if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, there's always like 3.5 minutes left. So if y'all watch the full video, literally after I said if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Then I say make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free student, free Telegram. If you're interested in how to identify these levels of my student service on mentorship programs, click those links in the description. And I told you that same thing on a YouTube comment. Now, sometimes YouTube does not let you know when someone responds to your comment, but I respond to your comment early. All right, so you want to know how to mark up my key price levels, join Playmaker University. But we can talk about why we trade off the key price levels. But if you want to know how to mark out these key price levels, you gotta become a playmaker. Gotta become a playmaker. So right now, y'all, we're looking at possible GJ buys. We're looking at possible gold and NAS100 NQ buys. I mean, gold sells and then possible NAS100 NQ buys. Gold did some nice drops last night. Was looking for this setup earlier, but it played out during Tokyo session. So from this point, we're either looking for price to retest 45.44 as resistance or BCR and maintain 45.20 as resistance, where we could look for sales going down to 44.96. GJ, we're looking to see if we can BCR and maintain 214.45 as support. If so, we're gonna look for buys going to the highs right here. But we have not been touching GJ for a cool minute, because if we go look at GJ's been a hot fucking mess. Right? GJ's been a hot fucking mess. Let's get rid of this. Hot mess. Right? It's been consolidating literally since the beginning of the month. It just broke out the consolidation yesterday. But give me one. Had to save y'all's ears, had to sneeze. But we still got a little bit of work to do for the uptrend to continue. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, that's why we haven't been touching GJ for the past couple of weeks. But today we're going to be looking for buys. As long as we don't reject, we're going to be looking for buys today. We're going to be looking for buys today. Let me catch it to the chat. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any of the charts, drop in the chat. We got a new 15 about to pop up in about 50 seconds. So let's see if we're going to be able to break back above this level and close, or if we're going to reject again. NAS100, we're going to look to see if we can maintain this level of support right here at 29,690. And we're going to see if we can look for buys right here. We did just make new all-time highs Friday and today. Well, not Friday and today, Friday and yesterday. So we could see some retracements, but we're looking for buys nonetheless. Mainly going to be focusing on gold and GJ, but if I do see a NAS setup, I might take the NAS setup. But these are the three charts I'm looking at right now. As far as news, there is no news today that's relevant. We do have Australian news and New Zealand news later on tonight. But besides that, you already know the drill. We're just chilling, waiting for volume to kick in. All right, let me catch you to the chat. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about. Am I in a trade? No, I'm not in a trade. You'll know if I'm in a trade. Everything I do is for a reason. You'll know if I'm in a trade. I don't put it to the side just to do it. If I'm in a trade, it's always going to be on top of the candlesticks. The candlesticks, it's just a trade idea. All right, you see all my trade ideas right here. If I'm in a trade, it's going to be on the candlesticks. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. What's going on, user? How you feeling, my boy? It's all good. Like I said, sometimes YouTube don't update. But you know, you just gotta refresh your messages sometimes. Your notice. But sometimes YouTube don't update. Cause especially me, because I actually make videos, I be seeing hella, like I literally have to go to my filters and be like newest comments with no response. Because sometimes I get hella comments and I don't be seeing half the comments. I remember I used to watch YouTubers. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers bougie as hell. They don't be responding to nobody. Now, granted, some of them might be ignoring y'all motherfuckers straight up, but I literally don't be seeing half y'all's comments sometimes. Even on TikTok and Instagram, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Again, there are fake TikTok and Instagram accounts. These are my only TikTok and Instagram accounts. But I literally have to, throughout the day, at least 5 times out the day, go to my YouTube studio and filter the comments to no responses or new replies to my response, because it won't show me all the comments sometimes as well. So it do be like that. But what I said to you still stands, because literally in the video, I tell y'all that all the time. So when y'all be saying that in the YouTube comments, I be like, y'all ain't even watched the full video. So I tell y'all how to figure it out in the full video, you feel me? So we did just break this level. So we're gonna look to see if we're either gonna take off or we can get a nice retest right here. We're looking to see if we can retest and maintain 214.45 as support. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. NAS just tapped the level. Look how NAS is reacting to this level as well. So this is why we, give me 1 second. We might get some action in a little bit, y'all. We might get some action in a little bit. But again, look how price is reacting to this level. Same way GJ is reacting to this level. That's why we enter next off these levels, because when we go with the flow of price as well as enter next off these levels, it's literally like having a cheat code on your screen, because you know the best place to look for entries and expect rejections. And also you're going with the flow of price. But again, that's my only YouTube and TikTok page, y'all, where I show my face. Any other YouTube, not YouTube, TikTok or Instagram, any other Instagram or TikTok page, that is not me. I repeat, that is not me. I don't care how similar the videos look, the link in the bio looks. This is my only TikTok and Instagram account. I'll never follow you first. I'll never hit you up first unless you do what you know you're supposed to do. For those that do get a comment from me, I'll never ask you about crypto flips, business ventures, none of that dumb shit. Speaking of crypto though, I do got a new Bitcoin analysis dropping for y'all today. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Later this evening, I do got a Bitcoin analysis update for y'all on the crypto and stock channel. Now, if you're not subscribed to the crypto and stock channel, I don't know what y'all doing. Obviously, I haven't been talking about it a lot, but from the videos I dropped last month, everything's been going as projected so far, but I got some new videos lined up for y'all this week as well. So let me drop that in the chat. Also just dropped a new trade breakdown for y'all on this channel as well, so make sure to check that out after the live is over. And make sure to check out and explore the playlist. Make sure to check out and explore the playlist. New 5-minute about to pop up in a second. Let's see if we can hold this level as supported. So we're gonna jump into this. We're not in this trade yet though. We're gonna see if we can hold this level as support. Looking to see if we can hold this level as support. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Look how NAS100 is reacting to this level right here. Right, again, we have this level marked off. So when all these people online were told, oh, the buyers and sellers, all that shit's bullshit. All that shit's bullshit. Like I literally just saw a video before I went live where this dude, of course, you know, when a lot of people online talk shit about day trading, they're either some losers that gave up on day trading or they're trying to promote some other way to make money online, which is hilarious. I don't know why everybody uses day trading as the butt of the joke. But this motherfucker talking about, oh, I used to work at Wall Street and, you know, the algorithms are crazy and you just can't outsmart them. I'm like, you're not supposed to outsmart the markets. That's why everybody gets fucked up. You're not supposed to outsmart the markets. You're supposed to go with the markets. So yeah, we're just waiting to see if we can hold this level of support. We can see it's just ranging right now. We want to see if we can hold this level of support before we pull the trigger on it. And then we're looking to see if NAS100 can hold this level of support as well. Because if not, like I said, just to make all-time highs. It's been retracing all day. And we do got a big-ass gap that could try to fill up. We just got to wait and see what price does. Especially because there's no news. So we're still just waiting for volume. Let's see what this next 5 minute looks like. I was really looking for these gold sales, so especially this one. This one took off. Nothing we can do about that. Nothing we can do about that. Let's see what else we got. Again, not bad for the late live stream, but if y'all saw the beginning of the live, my Wi-Fi has been tripping out. It was working just fine. I just did like 2 one-on-one sessions like 3 hours ago. It was working just fine. As soon as I set up the StreamYard and shit, that shit started glitching out. Do I use a fixed stop loss point? No, it's not fixed. Everything's manual. Everything's manual. Everything's manual. I can adjust this if I want. Everything is manual. It's just a long and short position. So if y'all are in the free trading crash course, I got a video showing y'all where all my tools are, how to find them, how to bookmark them. But no, all these setups, nothing. There's no indicator, nothing like that. All right, no indicators. No indicators. Everything is manual. Everything's manual. Let me get you off the screen. Here's the link for the free trading crash course. And again, it's a little bit, Telegram is not like Discord, y'all. Y'all got to click the pinned messages, scroll and explore the channel. That's for the free Telegram as well as the free trading crash course. Because I had a few people like, oh, it's just a Telegram channel, or where's the videos at? I'm like, you gotta scroll. Like, all the videos are in. You just gotta scroll, and you'll see all the videos in the free trading crash course. As well as when you join Playmaker University, make sure to click the pinned messages. Also, in Advanced Play Signal, make sure to click the pinned messages. I'm gonna drop it in the chat right now. All right, that's the link right there. That's the link right there for y'all. That's for the free trading crash course. Make sure to check out the videos in there. Also, make sure to check out the day trading tips playlist for more videos. Go over market structure, trading psychology, funded accounts, live accounts, all that good stuff. So what we're going to be looking for with gold is either to see price retest 45.44, or we can BCR maintain 45.20 as resistance. Then we can look for sales. NAS, you can see how NAS is reacting, so we want to see if we can maintain this level of support. I'd much rather go for buys here, but this is not a terrible buy setup. I would just feel a lot more confident to take a buy setup here, especially if we can hold 29,800 as support, but this is still a buy setup that's valid here at 29,690. I just much rather look for this buy setup here. So let's see how this next 5 and 15 pops up. We got a new 5 and 15 about to pop up in about 5.5 minutes. But you can see how as soon as price touched this level, how it reacted, right? So again, this is why we enter next off these levels. Just like how we can see how GJ is reacting to this level right here. All right, let me catch it to the chat. What else we got? What else we got? I'm trying to figure out why my NAS looks different. Are you trading futures or Forex? And it could also be the time frame. So answer these questions: are you trading futures or Forex? And what time frame are you on? All right, because that could be the answer to everything. What time frame you on, and are you trading futures or Forex? If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got y'all. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you're not already. We just hit 5,800 subscribers. Let's get to 5,900. We can get to that easily. That price flipped up like that. Didn't meet my rules for entry regardless, but still nice to see. Still nice to see. But we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. GJ still chilling right here. Gold still not doing a damn thing. I'm trading futures. I'm on the 15-minute. Okay, so let's do some comparing. Now, I don't pay for the real time on the futures, right? Because if I pull up NQ, it's going to be like 10 minutes behind because I don't pay for that shit. So it could be that as well. Are you paying for the real time data? If not, it's going to be like 10 minutes off. Because if we look right here, it says this is 3:30, but if we look at our phones or our computer, it's clearly 43. So this is like 13 minutes behind, right? So that could also be the issue. Could also be the issue. So if you're not paying for the updated real-time data, because you know futures brokers and futures is greedy as hell, you're not going to see the same shit because it's like a 13-minute delay. You see what I mean? It's still doing this retracement right here before it flips. Right, and then it said, well, it's not even a 13-minute delay, right? It says 10 minutes, 52 seconds on this candlestick, but it's only 40 seconds right now. So, yeah, it's like a 10-minute delay. Don't ask me why they do it that way. I can't tell you. But, that's why Forex on top. Because we don't got to do that shit. We don't got to do that shit. Whoops, what the fuck I just do? There we go. DJ still playing Ring Around the Rosie. This is why we haven't touched it in 3 weeks, because this shit, until yesterday, this shit was just ranging. We're just waiting for a volume, though. Markets just opened back up. Also, obviously you can trade a gold and NAS100 right now, but like as far as like the actual markets, they're not open back up. They don't open back up, I should say, to 8 o'clock, 9:30. So we still got a lot of volume to potentially come to markets. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, go to free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. As far as how we're doing so far this month, didn't take a trade yesterday, went 4-2 last week, went 3-0 the week before that, and then we went 4-1 the first week of May. So we're pretty much on track to kind of have a similar win rate as last month, where we had 28 wins, 4 losses. But we still got this week, and GJ's still fucking ranging. Nas did a big push right there. Let's see how it plays out right here. But again, this is why we do not breakout trade, because look how many times price broke this level. And look how many times it would have been in drawdown or had our stop loss get hit. Broke out traded, would have got wicked out. London session open, we would have broke out traded, would have got wicked out. And as you can see here, price is still ranging. Oh, my bad. You're still on the screen. My bad. I forgot to take you off. Let's see what else we got. Yeah. I call futures setters, but I trade Forex mainly. The reason why I call future setters now is because, I mean, y'all scrolling Instagram and TikTok, everybody's confused like a motherfucker. So when people saw me posting, they're like, does it work on futures? I'm like, yeah, it works on futures. So people just started learning from me. So I got futures traders learning from me, options traders learning from me, Forex traders learning from me. I got everybody learning from me. Because the beautiful thing about what I teach is just market structure. It's not a magic strategy. It's not trying to predict what Twitter posts are going to do to the market. It's literally just following market structure. Yeah, but that's also why I look at gold right here. It says XAUSD. right? It's the same shit. The prices are just slightly off, but the market structure is the same 9 times out of 10. It's just the prices be slightly off. So that's why, like, when I call a signal, like for example, that's an NAS100 setup, right? That's why when I call the signal, you can see I call the NAS100 setup and I call the NQ setup, right? And then like the week prior, when I called this US30 setup, you see I called a US30 signal, then a YM signal, right? And then you can see the prices are slightly off. You can see the prices are slightly off, so. Market structure is still the same. TP still got hit on both sides, but the prices are slightly off. It's kind of same. It's just like options, like, you know, Forex is the SPX 500, futures is ES, options is SPY, and they look different, but they kind of still do the same thing market structure wise. It's just platforms and shit like that. So GJ is still trying to figure his life out. NAS is still pushing. That's what's up. And then goals retracing. So just the patience game, y'all. Again, I do these lives to show y'all the realistic side of trading, because whether it's my trade breakdowns or these clickbaity videos about people swearing their entries for 5 minutes, not telling you the whole process, it's just to show you that price does different things every day. Sometimes you got to be a little bit patient to wait for your setup and confirmations, but also so y'all can see like how I take setups. But you know, that's how it is. But I'm not on the computer all day. I'm not on computer all day. That's why my live streams were short. I literally only do these lives to answer y'all's questions and to show you what I'm looking for. But when you look at majority of the screenshots, these are all from my phone. So after I end this live, I'm gonna be hopping right back into bed. I might edit some videos. I might watch something. I might work out. I can do whatever I want. That's the beauty of trading, right? Now I do my analysis on my computer and mark off my levels, but after that, I can just do whatever I want. When I get my alert, that's why I have these alerts as well, because once price hits one of my alerts, not only does it beep and notify me on my computer, like y'all see right there, but I also get a text on my phone. So even if I'm not on my computer, once I get a text on my phone letting me know one of my levels got hit, all I gotta do is just wait for my confirmation. I got the apps on my phone for my broker, so I can just enter buy or sell, manage my trade from there, and then just go about my day. But we're gonna put this level back, right? I mean, this alert back right here. So NAS is pushing. Again, we didn't take this NAS setup. We talked about it. Shout out to those that took it, but I didn't take it. So I'm not gonna act like I'm in it, but it is going as projected. GJ did break back above here. But let's see if we can hold this low at support. Let's see if we can hold this low at support. The way it's moving, it's either gonna retest or it's gonna try to take off. We're about to see right now though. I keep on leaving y'all on the fucking screen. My bad. I'm doing a bunch of things. And I'm also typing some signals up. I keep on leaving y'all on the fucking screen, man. That's my fault. I'm about to cut it to the chat in a little bit. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. And I got y'all. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram, playmaker_way. TikTok _playmakerway_. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can hold this low right here. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Wait, story time, how to get into trading. I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing another comment. I got you though. I'm gonna answer that. Can I look at Euro USD? Yeah, we can take a look at Euro USD. I got you. No, I'm free because my goal looks the same as yours. You cleared it up. I'm looking at NQ. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so that's the only difference, right? Like for example, let's do this quick though, because y'all know when I be doing this teaching shit, that's when the market's gonna take off on your boy. So let's do this really quick. But like if we pull up NQ, now I have my levels marked up, but you can look at the NQ daily time frame, right? Well, I don't have my levels marked up, which is perfect, right? We can look at the NQ daily time frame, and if we pull up NAS100, we go to the daily time frame. NAS100. Let's just do this one. You're gonna see slight differences, right? The market structure looks pretty much the same, but you can see here on the daily time frame, it's retracing the red candlestick, but here it's still retracing, but it's showing a wick instead of a red candlestick, but still doing like the same shit. Literally like doing the same shit, right? So the slight differences, a lot more gappier, but that's because futures and options, y'all close a lot more than Forex. Forex is open a lot longer than futures. Right, futures open like 20, 22, 23 hours out the day, but Forex is open not even 23 hours a day. Like futures is open like 22, sometimes 20 hours out the day. Forex is open 23 hours out the day, 5 days out the week. So yeah, that's the main differences there. But all right, so let me pull up Euro USD before I forget, because I almost forgot. So let me pull up Euro USD. I'm gonna mark off some levels though, because y'all know I haven't traded this shit since like 2023. I have not touched Euro USD since, damn, it's been a minute. I don't even see any buy setups on here. I haven't touched this thing in a minute, or I deleted them all on accident. But let me see what we got going on. So we're in a downtrend still technically. We did just break above the lower high, so we're kind of in limbo mode. I'm explaining exactly what we're talking about in a second. Explain exactly what we're talking about in a second. All right, and I got you with the story time. I got y'all. Some of y'all might have heard it before, but we got a lot of new people. So this is why it's important to get y'all's copy of the playbook. All right, so we're about to pull out the good old playbook. Shout out to those that got y'all's copy. All right, we're pulling out the best trading book in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And I do got another playbook. Again, I don't be talking about it, but I do have another playbook. I have a trading psychology playbook as well as a price action playbook. Now, when we look at Euro USD, we are in a downtrend, okay? We're in a downtrend. We see lower highs, lower lows getting made. So we're about to go to the rules of the downtrend. Right, we're going to go down just like the trade breakdowns, just like the TikTok lives. We're going to go to the rules of the downtrend. Boom. Look how I got to it just like that, man. In order for price to continue to go down, it has to break support levels and turn them into resistance levels. This is what creates the lower low. Let's pause really quick. Let's pause. I like this. I ain't gonna lie, I like this right here. And I think NQ's retracing, so let me pull up NQ really quick as well. We got a new new 15 about to pop up in about 5 minutes. So NAS is doing the retest. Let's see if we can maintain this level of support. Again, if we can maintain 29.69 this support, we can provide. All right, let's do this really quick. The only way the uptrend will come into play is if price breaks past the lower high and turns the previous resistance level into a support level, like how the green arrow shows. Now, where's the, okay? So, marked off the current lower high, which is right here, current lower low. Price obviously broke above that level. So again, what do we see price doing? We see price turning this resistance level into support. So as long as we maintain above this level, we can see buys, but depending on how the volume kicks in today and tomorrow, we could see price potentially push back down below. So this is what we're looking at. I'm gonna give you some prices to pay attention to as well, but I'm just breaking down exactly what's taking place, right? So for the uptrend to continue, we need to see this happen, but if the volume pushes back to the downside and we see this happen, the downtrend can continue. All right, kind of similar situation to G. So now I'm about to mark out some levels, so you got something to pay attention to. All right, so while we're doing that, we're going to pay attention to GJ, because GJ looks like it's about to try to do something for us. All right, so let's see what GJ is about to do for us. And like I said, I got you the story time. I'm just gonna catch you to the chat after this, and then I got you. Look at that push. It did a retest on the 5-minute too. So again, you see how price was treating as low as resistance, holding low as support. Look how price is pushing up now. Y'all see that? Look how price is pushing up now. Again, wait for the BCR. Wait for the BCR. Look how it's breaking even past that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. So when y'all be talking about what the BCR, what it looks like for a retest, here's a perfect example. Again, look how many times price broke this low, rejected, rejected, rejected. Look how price broke, closed, did the retest. Now look how price is pushing right here. It still got a little bit of work to do, but look how price is pushing. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the retest, the break, close, retest. Always, always, always wait for the BCR. Now still holding this level of support. All right, let me mark up these levels really quick, and then we're going to keep it pushing. But hopefully a lot of y'all are starting to see the method to the madness. But yeah, that's what we got going on. That's what we got going on. Make sure to like the live and subscribe, y'all, if you have not already. We just hit 5,800 subscribers to get to 5,900, man. Fuck it, let's get to 6K. But we gotta take it step by step. Let's get to 6K for real, for real. We're right around the corner. I'm telling y'all, we're slowly but surely taking over. We got 13K on TikTok. Instagram is on some other shit. I'm still gonna post on Instagram, but Instagram does not work the same, especially the way I post. All right, my posts are educational content. They're not really made for virality, so I don't get pushed into the algorithm as heavy because, you know, I'm not trying to. Obviously, I want clicks and views, but I'm not doing like performative shit or clickbaity shit to get clicks and views. So that's why I always shout at everybody being alive, because y'all find my shit either by chance or because you're actually trying to learn some shit, right? Because I literally only post educational content, so it doesn't do so hot on Instagram. It does not do so hot on Instagram, but the algorithms are different on Instagram compared to TikTok as well. TikTok pushes people out, pushes your videos out to people that don't know you, and depending on if they like your video, it gets pushed out more. Instagram pushes your shit out to people that follow you, and if they don't interact or like your post, then it's not going to get pushed out. So that means a lot of y'all motherfuckers that be following me, y'all are not liking my shit. All right, so make sure to like my shit, make sure to comment, all that good shit. So if you don't know, now you know. That's how the algorithms work. They're not the same. But I'm still gonna post to Instagram because fuck it, why not? But yeah, we're slowly taking over on TikTok and YouTube. All right, so let's see how GJ reacts right here. New 15 just popped up. New hour just popped up. And as far as Euro USD, again, we're looking for buys at the moment. We're looking for buys at the moment. So let's go back to the present time. So as long as we maintain above 1624, I mean 1625, we can look for buys. I much rather look for buys here if we can BCR maintain 1645 as support, because if so, we can look for continued buys going to 1655. It'll also give you a higher likelihood of the uptrend coming into play and the volume pushing again with you instead of against you, possibly up to 1655. But yeah, this is the last line of defense. If we break below 1625, no longer would I recommend looking for buys. No longer would I recommend looking for buys. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Let me catch up to the chat, and then we're gonna do a little story time, all that good shit. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. No, I'm not in GJ chart. Y'all can take these setups y'all want. I'm telling y'all what I'm looking for. So I mean, obviously y'all probably feel more confident when I take the setup, but yeah, pay attention to the prices I'm talking about. Can you look at NQ, show your marks? Yeah, NQ, NAS100. So with NAS100, we're looking to see if we can maintain 29,690 as support. If so, we can look for buys going to 29,790, 29,800, and then we can BCR maintain that level of support. We can look for buys going to 29,900. That's what we're looking for on NQ. If it breaks past this point, I'm not looking for buys on NQ because this thing's been retracing all fucking day, and it made all-time highs Friday and yesterday. So, you know, after a higher high, right? Because again, it's very simple, right? After a higher high comes what? A higher low. So if price is showing it's retracing, I'm gonna let that thing retrace and then enter off the retracement, right? So if we break past this point, it's probably gonna retrace some more, and I'm just gonna let it retrace and do its thing. Right, that's another thing. You always want to go with the flow of price, but if you see price retracing, let it retrace. Do not get sucked into the retracement. You want to enter after the retracement. But GJ is pushing now, so shout out to those that took this setup. But honestly, I missed the entry because, you know, I'm just talking to the chat, but it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I'd rather talk to y'all and answer y'all's questions. The week just started. We're up for the month. I'm not tripping. Just paid a lot of my bills. I'm not tripping. Just bought some more stocks and crypto. I'm good. If I miss a setup, it's all good. Like I tell you all the time, when you're asleep, you're missing setups. When you're in a trade, you're missing setups. When you're done for the day, you're missing setups. Missing setups is a part of the game. It's how you react to that that makes or breaks your account. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so I think I cut up to the chat. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat, and I got y'all. But where'd that comment go? How'd I get into trading? So I got into trading. I knew about trading back in like 2019. Okay, so I got into investing in like 2018, like straight after I graduated high school. I got straight to making money. I did a lot of things first, right? So like this was back in the day. Like I was one of the first people. Some of y'all might know what Acorns is. Some of y'all might not know what Acorns is. But I was like one of the first. I was on the waiting list for Acorns before it went public. I was one of the first 100 people to get an Acorns account. If you know what that is, this was before they had commercial ads. Shit, I was one of the first people in my city to get on Postmates. People don't even know what Postmates no more is because Uber Eats bought that motherfucker. But I was one of the first to do a lot of shit back in the day in 2018, 2019. But day trading was gate kept like a motherfucker. So you literally had to know somebody. Day trading was so gate kept, they wouldn't even tell you what TradingView was. I remember I used to watch videos on YouTube. I'm like, what website is what platform? The creator wouldn't comment and answer. People's responses were getting deleted. Like nobody wanted to tell you shit about day trading. But I knew day trading was a thing I wanted to get into because when I was looking up money and you know how the quote unquote rich get richer, they get rich off investing. So I always wanted to get into investing. So I had to take a pause on that because the only day trading that wasn't really gate kept was options trading. But back in the day, you needed some fucking racks to get into options trading. I was 18 straight out of high school. I didn't have no like 20K to option trade. So I couldn't do that shit. So I just went into investing. So I just made a Robinhood account. This was all the way back in like 2018, 2019. And I started off with penny stocks and just was flipping shit. But I made my first bag off investing. This was way back in the day, y'all. This was like, I found out like 3 months ago. I used to be in these text groups. I used to just tell us like shit that was about to be getting onto the markets. And I got this notification telling me that marijuana was about to be recreational in New York. Yes, this is how long ago it was, right? This was back when like only Cali and Washington was like legal. But New York was about to be recreational. And I can't remember the companies, the stocks. I just remember there was like 2 companies that was gonna be like the forefront of that shit. So like 2 months before they went like public and opened up recreational, I bought their stocks and they were like 50 cents, 20 cents, some shit like that. And then I held on to them because they were like, look, I was like, it's fucking marijuana. Like this shit's gonna blow up. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold this shit and see what happens when it opens. The first month after it was recreational in New York, them shares went from like 20, 40 cents to like $2. And I went from having like $70 to like 500 and like shit was crazy. That was the first time I made money investing in stocks. So I was like, okay, this is the way to go. And then fast forward a few years later, 2020, going into like 2021, that's when I started to learn about day trading, because I got sucked into one of the IM Academy bullshit, the pyramid scheme bullshit. But I'm not slow, motherfucker. The only reason why I fell for the shit was because one of my homeboys was in it. Homeboy at the time, that is. And I was like, okay, he wouldn't do me dirty, but long story short, he did me dirty, right? But I just used that to take all the information I needed to get into day trading. Because like I said, 2018, 2019, nobody was telling you shit about brokers, websites, none of that shit. So like, oh, because I was taking all the notes I need. Okay, trading view. Okay, these brokers. Okay, this, that, and a third. And then I fucking left. So during this time, like 2020, 2021, that's when like Bitcoin first hit 50K, 60K. And I was holding Bitcoin when it was at like 30K. So I made another bag investing with crypto. I was in Litecoin when Litecoin was like $5, right? So I made hella money back in 2020, 2021 in crypto. Like I made hella money on Litecoin, Bitcoin, not too much Solana. I had a lot of Ethereum, and then I had like some altcoins like Sandbox, Polygon, Decentraland, all that good shit. So that was my second bag I made off investing. Again, this was not day trading because, like I said, the shit was gatekept. And when I was learning day trading during the 2021, I was losing a lot of fucking money. I was doing dumb shit. So then fast forward, I went to like 4 different mentors, and they were not teaching me shit. They could not answer my questions. They tell me the same shit a lot of y'all hear to this day, buyers, sellers, all this other shit. But I used to ask like, okay, but logically explain how this shit makes sense. And nobody could explain to me how this shit made sense, because I was not okay with just being told, oh, it's just the buyers, it's just the sellers. I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, how can you explain how the fuck that makes sense? And as we know, nobody can make it make sense, right? That's why everybody's confused on the internet. So I went through like 5K within like 4 different mentors, and they wasted my time. And then I remember this was when I was working 2 jobs. So I was working 2 jobs a day, 14, 16-hour days. And I was at one of my main jobs, and I was just trying to teach myself the shit. And then I passed the prop firm account after like failing like 50, like, and I showed like I was down like 15K at the time on one prop firm account. Because I don't know how every prop firm is, but like for example, the main one I use, Funding Pips, they will tell you, I forgot what it's called. I think it's like allocate. It'll tell you at the top how much money you basically spent on funded accounts. I spent like 15K on funded accounts. Like at the time, shit was absolutely diabolical. But I passed the funded account. And then, you know, the requirements, you know, you have to wait like 3 days or make it like 2% or some shit like that. So long story short, I had enough money to get a payout, but I did some dumb shit, was greedy. Then I lost some money, and then I did some more dumb shit as in, oh, let me try to make that money back. I think we all know what happens when you try to make that money back. You don't make the money back. You lose it, right? So I was only a day away from getting a payout, but I did some dumb shit. And I went from break even to blowing my account that same day. So I did what any average trader would do, which was take my anger out on my live account. So I went to my live account, and it was a Solana trade, because back in the day I used to only trade gold and crypto. I was trading Solana, Litecoin, gold, sometimes Bitcoin. So I remember I took a Solana trade, and I was going for a sell. And then I was in drawdown. I was in drawdown for a minute, and I was like, okay, I know sells is the move to go for, so I'm gonna take another sell position. Yeah, I know, dumb shit. That's why I tell you not to do this shit. Trust me, I used to do all the dumb shit a lot of people would be doing. I'll tell you not to do that shit no more. And shout out to whoever's in GJ, because GJ's fucking pushing. NAS100 didn't quite retest, but NAS is kind of pushing as well. Let's pull gold back up and see what gold's talking about. Oh, and let me make sure I'm not missing the chat, right? For those that don't know, somebody asked me to do a story time, so I'm not just venting to y'all. Somebody asked me for a story time, but let me catch you to the chat really quick. But yeah, but GJ's pushing, so shout out to those that's in this GJ setup. It did do a retest on a 5-minute, but kind of moved too quick for me to call a signal. So, you know, that's why I do these lives, so y'all can pay attention with me. That's why I tell y'all. So y'all look for this setup. This thing's pushing. Now, let's take a break really quick. Why did I say go for buys when we clearly see a downtrend right here? It goes back to what I tell you all the time in the TikTok lives. Do not chase price, but follow the flow of price. That's why I tell you to identify the trend on the bigger time frame. Because if y'all was to hop into the smaller time frame, the same time frame looking for an entry on, y'all would have saw this downtrend and would have made logical sense, especially after all these rejections, to go for sells. But why would you have gotten fucked up going for sells instead of buys? Because when we go into the bigger time frame, like I tell you all the time, we see a completely different market structure and a completely different story. When we go into the bigger time frame, do we see a downtrend? Let me know in the chat. If we look at GJ on the daily time frame, is there anything showing downtrend? Absolutely not. And I also told y'all motherfuckers in the free Telegram, right? I also told y'all folks in the free Telegram to look for GJ buys as well. Right, so make sure to have your zones on. Yeah, this thing's pushing. So let me catch up to the chat, and then we're gonna keep on going with this story time. I don't have NAS100 on my account. Is there anything else I can use? Are you trading Forex or futures? What are you trading, Forex or futures? Let me know. If you're trading Forex, it could say something different, but don't ask me why. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. But sometimes, depending on the broker you're using, if you're using a Forex broker, it could say NDX 100. Again, don't ask me why. I don't know. Or sometimes it can say US 100. Again, don't ask me why. I don't know. But if you're trading futures, it's going to be NQ. Forex, it might be NDX. It might be US 100. Again, don't ask me why. I don't make the rules. I just figure out how the rules work. I just figure out what the rules is. I don't make the rules. So make sure to check those out as well. And then worst come to worst, if you're trading Forex, just go to indices, right? You go to the broker, they split up exotic, Forex charts, crypto, and indices. So just go to indices, and then it'll show you all the indices there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to those that got into the GJ setup. That's what's up. That's what's up. But again, that's why I tell you to identify the trend on the bigger time frame. That's why I said I don't care if you're a scalper, swing trader, none of that shit matters. Because we look right here, this is literally like a 20-minute trade right here, right? That's a scalp. You know what I'm saying? Scalping does not mean smaller time frames. Forex, yeah. So if you're Forex, do what I just said. Look up NDX, look up US 100, and it should be one of those two. Unless you're trading, are you using an American broker? Because that also could be the issue. If you're using an American broker, you have to trade futures. You have to trade futures. So for those that don't know, the reason why futures go up and why everybody talks about NQ, some weird shit, is because before 2023, Forex brokers had everything: crypto, futures, and Forex. But we was always using overseas brokers, which is why we was using MT4 and MT5. But after Forex started to blow up, because like I said, in 2018, 2019, the shit was gatekept like a motherfucker. America was like, hold up, we're missing out on money. So then they started to spread the propaganda that these unregulated brokers are unsafe and all this other shit. But everybody and their mama's been using these brokers for like 5+ years and receiving the Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals without any issues. Customer support without any issues, right? Well, that's why they like banned MT4 and MT5. Motherfuckers was selling phones with MT4 and MT5 on them for like 5K on eBay and some dumb shit. Kind of the same thing like when TikTok was gone for one day. Which is funny as hell. If y'all bought a phone on eBay for 5K, 1K that had TikTok on it just for it to come back the next day, I feel bad for you. I remember I went to sleep, I woke up, TikTok was back. That shit was funny as fuck. But yeah, so prior to 2023, everything was on one broker. But that's why it's like the great shift in futures blew up, because a lot of people like to trade gold, a lot of people like to trade US30 and NAS100, but you could not do that on American brokers because they split up Forex and futures separately. So that's why a lot of people are like trade futures now all of a sudden. But yeah, so if you use an American broker, you have to make a futures account or get an unregulated broker or prop firm, and you can trade both. But if you have a Forex broker, most Forex brokers don't have indices on them no more. And it's a new thing, because literally the broker I recommend for y'all on the Forex side, I used to be able to trade gold on that motherfucker back in 2024, but it was right before all-time highs Q3 last year. They took it off. So until Q3 last year, I was able to trade gold on my Forex broker. But now they're separate. All right, we got new 5 minute about to pop up in a little bit. All right, cool. What I say, user? What I say? Yep, NAS100 futures in queue, exactly. Tony. I tell you, my boy, you've asked me this question 3 different times. I'm telling you, I be remembering who y'all are. I had to look at the username. You need to pick futures or Forex. You told me you had the Top Step account. You need to pick futures or Forex and just trade one of them. Just trade one of them. Pick futures, pick Forex. That's why when you was asking me on the back end about YM and GC, what did I tell you? The same shit I just told you right now. You keep asking the same question. You're thinking too hard about it. It's very simple. Just trade futures or Forex. Just trade futures or Forex. You just had a futures account, so just trade the futures account. Let's get back to it. So back to the story time, y'all. While we're looking at the charts, back to the story time. Shout out to everybody in the live. So yeah, so I crashed out on Solana. I had 2 positions in deep in drawdown, but I just knew sells was the move to go for. And guess what I did? I did another dumb thing. I took another sell position. Fast forward, I over marginalized and blew my account. Just for 5 minutes fucking later for Solana to dump. And not only did it dump, it would have brought all my other trades back into profit, but it dumped and hit my TP and passed my TP. That was the end of it for me. I was like, I'm not putting no more money into the markets until I figure this shit out. That was the final straw. That, and when I got my tax returns, what do they call W4s? That's what they're called, W4s. I think it's W4 because W2 is the contract. I think it's W. When I get our tax returns, it's W4s, right? I think it's W4s. But when I got my W4, you know, when it shows you at the top like how much you made for the year. And when I had both my W4s, my 2 jobs, I was like, how the hell did I make this much? But my bank account ain't showing that. So I went to my bank statements and I spent like over 30K on funded accounts. And I was like, damn, yeah, I gotta lock the fuck in. So that's why I figured all this shit out, because I had a notes in my phone. I was like, okay, here's a list of shit I don't know that I need to know. And number 1 on the list was the charts. So that's how I figured out because I just stared at the charts, studied the charts, took notes until I figured the shit out. Like, I got hella notes in my phone. I got notes all over the place. And then every time I won a trade, I reviewed the trade. Why did it work? Why did it go in my favor? If I lost the trade, same thing. Why did it not go in my favor? Did I break my rules? Did I follow my rules? Etc. And every day, every week, I just got better. Because again, what do most people do when they lose a trade on the internet? They blame the buyers, the sellers, or Trump. Well, then when they win a trade, they do the exact opposite. When they win a trade, I'm a genius. But when they lose a trade, they're no longer a genius. Now it's the buyers and sellers' fault, right? So every time I won a trade, it was my fault. Every time I lost a trade, it was my fault. And that's what stops a lot of folks from getting to that next point, because there's no accountability. It's always somebody else's fault, right? So if you always think it's the buyers, the seller, and Trump's fault, you're never going to figure out why things are not working. You see what I mean? On top of, if you don't know how the markets work, right? Because again, they tell you not to learn how the charts work. I can't tell you how many videos I see where people say don't back test the forward test, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. But you know, that's why everybody's on profitable internet, right? It's like they tell you to do everything but learn how to chart. But when we think about it, we're trading on the chart. So why the fuck would we not want to know how the charts work? I was just doing a one-on-one session with the members and students. Well, one of the members and students, like a few hours ago, and I said, if we're going to drive a car, don't you think we should know how the rules of the road works? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Imagine us driving and not knowing what side of the road we're supposed to be on, what light means what sign means what, but then get mad every time somebody hits us. What, we're going to blame the fucking city mayor and the government or why we got into the 10th car accident this month. No, it's because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the charts. You got to know what's happening. You got to understand what's happening. But yeah, so that's the quick story time, y'all, of my trading journey, right? So then 6 months later, well, it took me 3 months to figure everything out, how the charts work, lot sizes, my trading plan, my trading strategy, the levels. But even then, like, this is why I've been telling you to join the free Telegram, right? Y'all go to photos, right? And we go take a trip down memory lane. Even when I was profitable back in 2024, not 2024, 2022, my levels were not clean. Let me show you all this shit once it loads. My levels were not clean when I first started. Like, this is what my shit used to look like. My shit used to be uneven, random, all types of shit. But even with them funky ass levels, we was still making that fucking bread, right? Even with them funky ass levels, we're still making some bread. You know, this was a long time ago, because look at GJ has not been at 159 anytime recently, right? But even with these funky ass levels, we're still making that fucking bread. Look at NAS 111,000. Y'all wish NAS was at 11K right now. Shit, I wish NAS was at 11K. What are you talking about? Right, but even with these funky ass levels, we'll still to make some money, right? But you look at the levels now, a lot more clean, a lot more precise. Why? Because again, just like I told you, every time I want to trade, I figured out what was working, double down on it. Every time I lost a trade, I figured out what I did wrong, went away from it. But most importantly, I always blamed myself for everything. And that's why now we consistently do what, average 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. Let's pull gold back up. I don't think we got a notification on gold, but let's see what gold's up to. Shout out to those that's in the GJ setup. Gold and NAS is chilling, so I wouldn't be surprised if it chills until 8 o'clock, 9:30 open, because like I said, it was a bank holiday yesterday. So we could trade it, obviously, but as far as purchasing and buying shit, the markets were closed yesterday. So we might see a decent amount of volume kick in today when the market's open. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. Y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. Let's see how GJ reacts to this level. Again, we're looking to see if it can reach 214.65. Anybody in this trade, y'all should not close this trade red. If y'all took this setup, you ought to be up about a 1.5, 1 to 2 RR, which is not bad. Like I said, I couldn't call the signal in time. Because as you can see, this retest was explosive as hell. But I said that too. So if y'all rewatched the live, I said this thing's either going to explode or we're going to look for a retest. And that thing ended up just ripping, which is what it is. It is what it is. You're good, but that's what I'm telling you not to. That's why I'm trying to help you not confuse yourself. You're confusing yourself because you keep on trying to look into it. You're just trade futures. Just trade futures. Again, just trade futures. Because Forex is completely different from futures. And by completely different, I'm talking about the broker and how to execute trades. Just like options is completely different from Forex and futures as far as executing trades. Just yeah, trust me. You came to me and you're in the signal room and a member because you trust what I'm talking about, right? So just listen to me and I got you. Just listen to me. I got you. I got you. Just listen to me and I got you, my boy. We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right. Yes, sir. That's why when y'all be in the TikTok lives, that's why I'm able to break the shit down just like that, because I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that. That's why I tell you, don't let the clicks and views confuse y'all, because again, I know how to go viral, but the shit's cringy to me. Like the shit, like it doesn't look cringy to y'all when y'all watch these videos, but that's because you're watching it from the consumer entertainment standpoint. But content creation wise and marketing wise, this shit's corny as hell. Like for example, when y'all be watching these day in the life or get ready with me's, let me tell you how corny this shit is, right? And again, it works, so I'm not hating. It works, but I just can't do it myself. Me personally, that shit's cringy as hell. and I ain't got time for it, right? When y'all watch these get ready with me's or the day in the lives, when they're yawning in bed, these motherfuckers had to set the tripod up, set their phone up, hop in bed, then pretend to wake up and get out of bed. I'm not doing that shit. When they pull out the car, they have to have the tripod in the garage. They pull out the car, then they have to hop out the car, grab their phone, then put it outside just to show you. I'm not doing all that shit. Fuck it. Again, it gets the clicks and views, but I'm not doing all that shit. I'd rather just teach and keep it pushing. I just can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Again, it works, but that shit is, I can't do it. I can't do it. So next time you watch these get ready with me a day in life, know these motherfuckers had to pause and restart that camera on that tripod like 14 different times. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm just gonna talk and make my money trading and teach. I'm good. I'm good on all that. Fuck that. Now I ain't gonna lie, one day I was like, man, I'm gonna do this. But then as I was about to do it, I was like, wait. And that's when it hit me. I got to do all this. I said, man, fuck that, bro. I ain't doing it. Fuck that shit. Again, it works. It gets the clicks and views. I'm just not doing that shit. I'm just gonna spit game, and those that got ears, hey, they're gonna listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's why I always say shout out to those in the live, because like I said, like if y'all fuck with me, that's because you're actually trying to learn some shit. So I don't do no performative shit. I don't do no clickbait shit. I literally get straight to the business. So we're about to see how gold reacts here. Again, we're looking for gold to retest 45.44 or BCR 45.20. Look for sales there. NAS is slowly pushing up. GJ is kind of teasing us right here. But we will be live later on today on TikTok, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out. Got a new Bitcoin analysis update dropping for y'all on the crypto channel and stock channel. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Make sure to join the free trading crash course. Make sure to join the free room. Links are in the description. If you do not got your copy of the playbook or you're not a playmaker yet, I don't know what y'all are doing, y'all. We're almost at the halfway point of the year. It's time to lock the fuck in, y'all. Put those links in the description. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens going to the New York session. Because again, we're still just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. There is no news New York session wise. I'm telling you, we're taking over, man. We're taking over. I don't give a fuck. We're taking over. We're taking over slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I can't tell you how. I'm telling you, if y'all been trading the past few years, nobody was talking about bigger time frames. Now all on my For You page, I see all these motherfuckers use the daily time frame, use the 4 hour, use the daily, use the 4 hour. I said, y'all motherfuckers was not talking about the daily and the 4 hour a year ago. Like the rebrand that's happening is crazy. Just like London session. Nobody was trading London or Tokyo session. Everybody was like New York session, New York session, New York session. And if y'all watch, I've been trading Tokyo and London session literally since 2022. Now everybody, well, yeah, Asia session, yeah, London session. I'm like, y'all was not doing this shit a year ago. But that's a good thing because, like I said, we're cleaning up the economy. All right, we're cleaning up the trading space. But I know these motherfuckers be watching my shit because nobody was talking about this shit back in the day. Yeah, it's because it was a holiday. It was a holiday yesterday. It's a holiday yesterday, so we gotta wait for the markets to open up. Hey, that's what's up. Shout out to you. So shout out to those that's in this GJ setup. Again, I could not call the signal and move too quick. I can control the markets. That's why I tell y'all ahead of time what we're looking for, what prices. So if y'all set y'all's alarm, pay attention to the prices. Because sometimes price will take off without me or take off without y'all. It's a part of the game. Y'all see how big that push was? By the time I would have hit that send on the signal, it would have been too late. Would have been too late. But it's doing exactly what I was looking for, which is what's up. NAS is slowly pushing as well. And then look how gold's reacting to this level. That's why we mark off these levels. Look how price is literally reacting to this level. Not a coincidence, just like right here, support to resistance. About to see me turn the support level back into resistance. All right, y'all. Peace. We out.